Good morning, all. CamelbackTrading.org coming to you this Tuesday morning, March 23rd. We are looking at the ETFs market profiles here on Window Trader. And right now, the Russell, obviously, we're going to go over that one a little more in depth than the others this morning as they're having some issues. We'll show you on the chart what could possibly happen. Right now, remember, both SPY and the triple Qs came into balance on the daily. Russell never did. They actually had trend days yesterday, which right now in the pre-market are precarious at best to hold. So yesterday, after grinding up all day, only to give it back in L&M, a bunch of it, now the SPY is trading right above B's low, below where the single prints were. They had a nice buy tail yesterday. As you can see, we got into it pre-market so far. We still have 75 minutes to go prior to the opening. Already the volume 723,000. So yesterday the volume struggled again on the upside, and now on the downside with 75 minutes to go, we're already at over 700,000. So it's going to be interesting to see if they hold the single prints and the buy tail. For the triple Qs, as of right now, they also traded below that last set of single prints, but right now they're above it, so that remains to be seen how that acts. Now, Russell's going to be a different story. Russell did not stop the one-time framing down the daily. I'll show you on the chart. Last week we just looked above the all-time high and failed. I said you could even kind of call it an inside week. And yesterday, for sure, we had an inside day, and right now they're looking to gap lower below it. So, let's go over destinations in SPY. Right now, on the upside, my first destination is my pre-market high, 393.25. Again, these destinations are far and wide apart. We're over $2 away from our first upside destination. And then we have yesterday's high of 394.07 and 396.13, the afternoon rally high from March 18th. For the downside right now, first destination, I'm going to give you the single prints in case they hold. They start at 391.85, get filled at 71 cents. Right now we're below them. Then we don't have anything to our overnight low of 390.40, 389.97, yesterday's daily low, and 387.15, weekly low. So game plan right now in the SPY, kind of a wait and see situation. Right now we're looking to open in balance, but below value, below the single prints, where there were buyers yesterday. I guess one trade you could take if you are to push up and see what happens at value low. But again, there's not much there. The overnight high is still over $1 and $1.20 above that. So I said I expect major chop in SPY this morning. I thought it would be more up in this range around where M was. Obviously, it's at the lower end, but expect major chop in here with destinations far and wide apart. I think your best bet is to wait for more market-generated information. If you are to push down, can you take a long against yesterday's low? Yes, you can, but below that, I would certainly be out. Maybe they front-run the overnight low. But again, that's about 50 cents worth of heat if you do take that trade and they take out the overnight low to yesterday's low. Again, as far as a put play, maybe against value low, maybe against M's low, but again, there's nothing to be married to until we get more market-generated information. Russell's a different story. Now, the gap right now is about $1.50. I'd like to see a gap of less than $1, but if they gap lower, there is certainly a short play for a bunch of reasons. Number one, you're basically coming out of an inside week to the downside. You're certainly coming out of an inside day to the downside. You go with that trade and monitor it for continuation or lack of. If the gap fills, you're out of that trade. The bigger the gap becomes, the more I would wait, because then your risk reward becomes, I think, a little more precarious as you might get an inventory adjustment. And then on the chart, so here's the Russell. Here's IWM. We peaked above the all-time high last week by 38 cents and failed. Look above and failed. Basically an inside week. Well, right now, we're looking to take out last week's low, come out of an inside day to the downside. If that continuation follows through, your ultimate destination will be initially on the bigger picture 217.67. So that remains to be seen. And here's the daily. They did not stop. One time framing down. There's your inside day. You come out of it to the downside. Right now you're trading at 222.48. 50-day moving average is 219.92. So that becomes a big target for the bears as the day goes on, if that gap holds. Good luck trading today. Have a great day, and we'll recap at 4 p.m.